Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We're here at Ohio Northern University where the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets take on the ONU Polar Bears. Today's game is sponsored by Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Center, Vivia Maria, Stolly Insurance, Ohio Northern University, HCF Management, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Custom Audio Concepts, Radio Hospital, and First National Bank. Thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And this is OAC Football. I'm Jeff Henshaw. Alongside me today is Ron Cruzy. And Ron, these two teams, the Yellow Jackets and the Polar Bears, currently both with identical records in league play and overall. Both would like to end their season with a win that would let them finish in the top, possibly second place in the OAC, but definitely secure a top half of that division.
Right, Baldwin Wallace comes in at 5-3 in the conference. Ohio Northern is also 5-3. There's four teams at 5-3. The other two are Heidelberg and Marietta. Today is the final game of the 2017 season for both of these teams. The winner of Saturday's game, which is today, will clinch an upper division finish in the OAC, while the loser would finish anywhere from 4th to 6th.
Yeah, and for Ohio Northern, it's a big game. As you said, they could top, if they finish in the top, that'd be like the 21st time they've done that in their career. So a lot on the line here. Both these teams won close games last week. So we'll look to see for a good football game here on a cool but clear afternoon from Ada, Ohio. We'll keep it here, and we will see as the captains meet at midfield.
Baldwin Wallace leads the series between these two schools by a 29 to 12 to 1 margin. Baldwin Wallace has won 2 straight and 5 of the last 6 series, including a 31 to 21 win last year in Berea.
As the captains meet for Ohio Northern, they are Siler Caldwell, Nate Jones, Malachi Noletti, Zach Smirgy, and Sam Shook. Those are your captains this year as they will meet and determine who receives. So Baldwin Wallace has deferred, so I would expect the Polar Bears to receive.
Between the 3 losses of both teams, one team they have in common, and that is Mount Union defeated both Ohio Northern and Baldwin Wallace. Mount Union beat Ohio Northern 43 to 14. And Mount Union beat Baldwin Wallace 55 to 7.
And by the way, Mount Union has beat everyone they've played this year. They're 8-0 in league play, 9-0 overall. Number 2 in the nation is Mount Union, but maybe if you look at that score, Ohio Northern a little bit more competitive with Mount Union, but that was then, this is now, and the Polar Bears in the black jerseys today, the orange numerals trimmed in white, and on the far side, the Yellow Jackets of Baldwin Wallace with the all-white jerseys, the brown numbers, and the yellow trim. So contrasting colors today makes it easy for us, and we hope to have a good ball game as we are about ready to get set here. Again, the final game of the season, and both teams looking to finish 7-3 and potentially a second-place finish. Remember, I mentioned Mount Union. They played John Carroll, who currently is 6-2 today. So if Mount Union wins out, John Carroll would finish 6-3 in league play, and one of these teams will tie them.
If it comes down to a field goal kicking contest at the end of the game, Baldwin Wallace has a new kicker today. Their regular kicker is sick and didn't make the trip, so they're going with Jimmy Marshall from Lakewood, Ohio, and he has not kicked at all this year. So that could be an adventure, but it could be very interesting if it comes down to that toward the end of the game.
Definitely something to keep on mind as we get to those situations, and we are about ready to set off and get the first kick, if you will. And that will be by number 85, Riley Jones. And back for Northern, they'll send one guy far back into the end zone and 2 on the 10-yard line. And here we go, the opening kick. A squib kick down. It will be fielded by the Polar Bears. At about the 15, and decent return. Looks to get it out near the 30, and that's where Ohio Northern will take over on their first offensive series. That return was by C.J. Henderson, freshman out of Princeton High School. And Ron, the offense has looked good at times. They had a different quarterback last week. See how they can build upon that this week.
They had a couple games there where they'd get down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone.
Something bad would happen just about every time they got down there.
Anthony McFadden, number 3, the quarterback out of Paint Valley High School in Chillicothe, starts today under some pressure in and out of the hands of his target, Malachi Noletti.
Yeah, he was 16 of 22 coming into the game, 72%. He averages 58 yards passing a game, 5 touchdowns, and the big number there is no interceptions. So you hate to say the word manager, but he's doing a good job taking care of the football.
Very well stated. He took the place of Will Freed last week. We'll see what happens this week. And it's a 2nd down and 10. And the handoff goes to number 7. I believe it's Chad Rex, and kind of an end around round. Not a whole lot working there for Chad Rex running the ball, but he's done well receiving it this year.
He sure has. He has 45 receptions for 832 yards, 92 yards a game, and 13 touchdowns.
Interesting. The first 2 plays, a pass and a run. We have not mentioned Christian Williams' name yet. He is number 5. He's in the backfield. He has been a ground control dominating performance player for the Polar Bears this year.
160 yards a game.
And we'll see once here on 3rd and long. They will pass again. Pressure, escapes out of the pocket. Tough throw across his body. Knocked away as a battle of number 1s compete for it. Brendan Hadley for the Polar Bears, the receiver. Kerry Sparrow, the defender. We'll take another look. An awkward throw, Ron, going that direction.
Yeah, that's probably one of the hardest throws you can have, going to your left and throwing it with your right hand there. You have to get your shoulders square, which I think he did, but he just couldn't get enough on the football and hung it up there. Pretty fortunate that that wasn't intercepted.
It's knocked down, 4th and actually 12 is the end around from Rex. Lost 2 yards. Sean Devaney will punt. Low snap. Nearly touch, but a nice spiraling kick to the 36. Good downfield coverage.
Nice punt there by Devaney. Averages at 35 yards a punt.
Excellent hang time, and gave time for number 37, Clay Dysert out of Macomb High School. Not only the ability to run to get down, but make the sure-handed tackle. A lot of times you see those gunners, if you will, go down and they'll just slide right on by and you miss the tackle. You know, you go down for a reason. That's to make a stop, not fly by and miss. So good job by the Polar Bear specials teams, and they will come on to defense for the first time today.
Yeah, they're very much in control there on that coverage.
Not a lot of offense for the Polar Bears in their first 3 snaps. Baldwin Wallace now from the 38 or from the 34. Hudson pass is complete to number 82, 1st down play. So successful offering there by the Yellow Jackets. Dion Greer out of Central Catholic, Ron, with the first catch of the game.
Nice weather out here today, Jeff. The flag is limp.
Yeah, no wind to speak of, so that should not have any effect. Again, good football weather, especially if you're playing now for the fans and such. A little bit cooler, but people well dressed, if you will, and we're not in too bad a shape today, although we lost our heater. Sure beats last night at a high school football game, I know that. So we're underway here with the Yellow Jackets, the first down of the game, and they run it up the middle. Austin Smith for positive yards.
Hudson made a good play on that ball. The snap was low. He was able to pick it and hand it off at the same time. Hudson comes into the game, 58% of his throws are completed, 211 yards a game, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Kind of like a short hop fielded at what a second baseman would do. Did a nice job scooping it up, giving it to Smith, and they advance for 4 yards, brings up 2nd and 5. Hudson keeps it. Short gain, nice play. Really made the defense stay in their lanes. There's a lot of action going on. I thought for a second he would throw it down the field as he was running towards the line of scrimmage, but held on to it.
rushes for 46 yards a game, so 211 yards throwing and 46 yards rushing. 5'9", 190-pound junior from East Lake, Florida.
You know how many games he played in high school that were in the 30s and 40-degree weather down in Florida?
I doubt if he could have scouted any of those.
Well, Hudson in the shotgun has sent one of his receivers in motion, looks to pass to the right side, knocked away nicely by the Polar Bears.
A little late on the delivery, and Polar Bears were up on the football.
I'm not sure if that was 13, it looks like, with the play. If it is, it was Kristen Randolph. Take another nice look at it there. It was number 13. Randolph, one of the seniors, playing in his final game here at Ohio Northern, Bill Robertson Field. An important now 4th down, and that will force the punt. It is kicked away. And it is a good kick inside to 10, fielded. And a decent return. So the Polar Bears, their second offensive series run, did nothing in the first attempt. We'll look to at least get some positive yards right now. -2 total yards on the game.
Yeah, for the season, they come into the game averaging 435 yards of offense per game, whereas Baldwin Wallace is averaging 422, so very close total offense-wise.
I guess you would almost think we would expect to see a lot of points put on the board today. Scoreless here early in the game, and that's a first carry by number 5, Kristen Williams. Didn't mention his name in the first series, and they go right back to their rushing king for a first down, positive yards of about 12 yards. Good run by Kristen Williams.
6 yards a carry he averages this season. Also 35 receptions he has for the season.
So can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. He's just a sophomore from Anna High School. Shifts over to the right of McFadden. They give him, nope, McFadden keeps it. Good play action. He has some running room. Gets a good block from Rex. Nice scamper. Needs a block. Will be knocked out of bounds. Good run by McFadden.
Oh, he did a nice cut there, running about the 50-yard line, and then picked up a nice block there by Chad Rex. So good teamwork there by the Polar Bears for a big gain.
I think I'd have him down to a 61-yard run. Took it from his own 34. They'll mark it on the 6, so about a 60-yard run, I should say. Puts them inside the red zone where they've had trouble before. Did not have any red zone turnovers last week. We'll look to try to capitalize here, and they're going to get very close as Williams down inside or right about the 1-yard line. So good first down there by Williams. Gives him now gives his team 2nd and goal.
Makes it nice when you have a back in the backfield that averages 6 yards a carry.
Come on, O'Brien, get off the ball.
Almost makes it simple logic. You need 7, give it to Williams twice. And he'll look to be probably the featured back here, as Ohio Northern will look to score the game's first points. 2nd and 1. Williams shifts over to the right. They give it to Williams, and he will spin and in. Number 5, Christian Williams, the game's first score. He gets the touchdown. Give quarterback Anthony McFadden the big asterisk in that series with the long 60-yard run, but nonetheless points for the Polar Bears at the 9:59 mark. On now for the extra point. All the Polar Bears, and that will be attempted by Chase Watson, number 97. Your holder is Matt Labasher.
24 of 24.
Perfect on the year. Make it 25 of 25. Point is good. The Polar Bears take the lead on this run here by Christian Williams. We'll come back with more football here on NKTelco Sports. Ohio Northern Christian Williams has scored his 8th rushing touchdown on the season. As Ron said, came in with 1,444 yards, so not a lot of yards for Williams. He did get a good first down carry, Ron, to move the chains for the first time. But Williams now probably near the, over 1,400, almost 1,500 yards, but it was the quarterback, as I mentioned, Anthony McFadden, with a big run.
Right, and that's Williams' 8th touchdown of the season.
McFadden, before that long scamper of 60 yards, his longest was a 32-yard rush, which came last week in the starting role. And now a 60-yarder for him, and now another good special teams tackle. Try to get a number on him right into the backfield. He went on the ball carrier. I believe it was number 33. So nice stick. 2 special teams tackles here, Ron, we've seen already.
David Haslou, a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore from Pittsburgh, PA.
Tell me how much trouble you had saying that word, Ron.
It's hard. I wish.
Not Hasselu, but the town he's from.
I have other words for that, but
we can't say them on air. We don't have a 7-second delay.
Not my favorite city.
Okay. Well, it's good for Hasselu that he came to Ada to play football because he had a nice tackle there, and again, held. That's a lateral. They will catch it and get positive yards of about 3. So short yards is the Yellow Jackets. They hustle up to the line of scrimmage. They don't necessarily go at it very fast, but they line up similar to what we watched last night with Minster Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a no-huddle offense, but they check over to the sidelines and get the play sent in.
Now they do that so the defense can't shift, you think, Ron, to keep their players on the field?
Yeah, they line up and they see what defense Ohio Northern's in, and then Baldwin Wallace gets the word from up here in the press box that they're in this kind of defense. This is what we need to play. So they send in the play accordingly, and that's, they just keep doing that over and over.
You basically force the defense to stay on the field. If they try to substitute, you could obviously snap it, get the 12 men on the field.
Now, one thing the Polar Bears could do is not line up the way they want to at first, give them a false look, and then go into their defense.
3rd and 1, a big play here for BW.
Yeah. See, they were going to start the play there, and then they called it dead and sent in a new play.
Play clock down to 2. They get it off in time. First down carry. They didn't need much. They got enough. I believe that was Austin Smith again, number 7. They will move the chain, so a good 3rd down carry for Smith out of North Royalton High School, and that's out of Broadview Heights. So the play clock running. The game clock at 8:15 and counting. Ohio Northern on top 7-0 here in the first quarter. The first 12 minutes of action here from Ada, Ohio. Smith in motion. Hudson, the open receiver, number 88. And Ramsier will be tackled for about a 6-yard gain. Number 88 found himself in a nice crease or nice seam there. Taking another look at it. No one really in the area. Nice pitch and catch. Back to live action. Smith with a stiff arm out of bounds and strong yards there. They'll move the ball from the 41 across midfield almost to Ohio Northern's 41. Looks like they will spot it on the 42.
Yeah, that time Ohio Northern didn't set the edge, and Smith got around the left edge and had a nice gain on the play.
Seemed like BW went a little bit quicker that time.
They snapped it right away that time. They saw the defense
that they liked, and that matched their offense.
Yeah.
Hudson will take the snap. He will keep it. I'm sorry, number 16, Matt Lowry.
Lowry just averages 25 yards a game.
Yeah, not many carries, I would guess, for Lowry.
177 yards total for the year for him. So you have Smith at 56 yards a game and Hudson, the quarterback, at 46 yards a game.
Yeah, and Smith and Hudson, they came in with about the same amount of attempts, 106 for Smith, 109 for Hudson. So they are the dominant ball carries. Lowry just his 28th carry on the season. That's Lowry right there.
Quarterback.
And he gets a nice pass out to Ty Gallo, wide receiver. So BW, a little bit different look. I don't know if Hudson is even on the – here he comes back. Was he on the field? But he's coming on now if he wasn't.
I'm not sure if he was on the right side there with the other receivers, but he's coming back in the quarterback position this time.
Lowry, that's his first pass of the year.
Yeah.
So I looked down there. I thought maybe he'd done that a little bit more, but for Lowry, a junior, they list him as a quarterback out of Rocky River High School, but that was his first pass attempt and also got a rare carry. Right now, the normal quarterback, Jake Hudson, again will hit number 88, Ramsier, Ty Ramsier from Rittman High School. He's been open a couple times in that same spot, Ron, finding a nice hole in that Polar Bear defense. This is a nice drive put together by BW.
Yeah, I noticed where that Lowry, he lines up as a running back once in a while, a quarterback, and a receiver.
He is not in there number 16 right now, is he? He's Lowry that we were speaking of. We got Hudson, number 10, as the primary quarterback. And Smith will get the carry. Nice hole. He's not touched until he broke through the Polar Bear defense. Falls forward for 4. The clock continued to run here at 5:20 and counting. Polar Bears hustle their defenders on and off. You see them guys sprinting with them not huddled up. You really have to get off the field quickly to avoid the penalty and also get your defense back in alignment against a BW offense that's had to put a nice drive together.
Yeah, I see Chad Steinwick is in the game now, number 17. He's the leading receiver.
Down on the bottom of our screen. Hudson steps up. Pass. It's a first down if he caught it. Boy, that's a nice catch.
They said he got a foot down.
I believe that's 84 or 94, Ron, from 84. Thanks for turning around, big guy.
Wolfington.
Rob Wolfington, junior wide receiver. That was a nice throw, and threw it, like you said, where the defense can't get it. It's a heck of a catch by Wolfington. Run by Smith, not touched until he gets inside the 10. Will fall forward down to about the 6. Nice run, nice offensive play there by BW, and they're trying to go quickly to catch Ohio Northern with 12 on the field. They don't do that, but they snap it quickly, and Smith inside the 5, down to the 4. And that would bring up second down and 7, or second down and 4, should say second down and 4. Now, Ron, when BW substitutes like that, don't you have to let the defense as well substitute?
You have to allow the defense to substitute then, too.
Ohio Northern, I don't think, did.
Yeah, BW, they're running guys in and out, 3, 4 to clip.
When they don't huddle up, yeah. So Hudson under center. Smith with the run. A host of Polar Bear defenders take a pick.
Nice job there by the left side of the Polar Bears defensive line.
Jack Smirgy, or
I think
Zach
Smirgy
Smirgy was one of them. You'll take another look here, just nothing there. And like you said, Smirgy definitely point of contact. He's a senior making his last appearance in a Polar Bear uniform from Wapakoneta, Ohio.
I think he was the defensive player of the week last week.
He had 11 tackles, I know, at the win against Wilmington, where didn't talk much about that, but Ohio Northern nearly blew a big halftime lead, but held on and earned their 6th win of the season, the 5th in conference play. Hudson with time. Suddenly the pocket collapses. He gets out of it, still under pressure. Gets a good block. The pass will be incomplete.
There's a guy in the end zone, deep in the end zone on the right side there. I think it was number 84, Wolfington, all alone.
No one saw him.
And nobody saw him.
Boy,
You stand over there right by the referee or the official.
Is the one jumping up and down?
Yeah, that guy.
Wow. Unless he was dancing, I don't know. That he was open.
Yeah.
Well, Ron, you mentioned the place kicker. The first kick of the season by number 42, Jim Marshall. And this will be, the ball's on the 3, so add
20-yard field goal.
Nearly a delay of game to get this snap off. And
He
the
made
arms
it.
go up 7-3. So congratulations
Good
to Jim
for him.
Marshall.
Yeah, and he's not the Jim Marshall.
Not wrong way.
Not the wrong way Jim Marshall.
So we will take a break here with 3:07 left. It's Ohio Northern 7, Baldwin Wallace 3 on NKTelco Sports.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
Welcome back to Bill Robinson Field in Dial Robertson Stadium on the campus of the Ohio Northern University Polar Bears. Jim Marshall, 20-yard field goal, puts the Yellow Jackets on the board. The Polar Bears still own a 7-3 lead with 3:07 to go in this first quarter. Nice drive put together by the Yellow Jackets. Good defense at the end, Ron, that kind of prevented any touchdowns. They missed an open receiver, but they cash in on a field goal. Nice hole. That's not Williams. It's 25.
That was number 5.
Was it?
That was Williams, wasn't it?
No.
No, 25. My fault. C.J. Henderson, 5'7", 155-pound freshman from Hamilton.
Well, it's a nice return. He gets the ball all the way out the nose of the football on the 45, and the offense will go back. They scored their last possession, a touchdown run by Christian Williams, the key play of that series. That drive was a 60-yard run by Anthony McFadden. He is still the quarterback on the field. He made his first start last week. Managed the game very well, as Ron alluded to. Williams around the left side. Positive yards for about 8. So, again, a strong running back out of Anna High School. I think we probably had the game where his consecutive 100-yard streak stopped a few weeks ago. He had a rush for over 100 yards, and like each of his first games he had played as a freshman into a sophomore season.
And then we had the game where he ran for 407 yards.
Made up for it.
Yeah, he sure did.
So you've seen them play quite a bit now, Ron has, so a little bit of a feel for what Williams can do. Very capable of big yards. So second down and 3. Trouble for McFadden. He will scramble and try to avoid a sack. It gets right back around to the line of scrimmage.
Did a good job getting back there. He was stymied there on the left side against 3 Yellow Jackets and avoided them to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock running as we approach the final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Polar Bears trying to answer on what is now their third possession. Did nothing on their first drive. Ron lost a few yards in that 3 and out. Successful on their second drive, the touchdown. Nice pass there, and that is a first down catch by Christian Williams. You mentioned his numbers out of the backfield, Ron. It's nice you can not only run it, but also catch it.
Right, that's his 36th reception of the year. That was a nice little jump pass there by McFadden. You don't see that very often.
I like the idea. You think the running back or the quarterback is going to be a runner, and you kind of give up on your, the guy on the backfield or any type of receivers. And if you break down, that jump pass works nicely. In this case, it gives the Polar Bears a first down inside the 45 on the 42. McFadden keeps it. Pass nearly.
There's a penalty
on this side of the field, away from the play. I'm guessing it's going to be defensive holding or defensive pass interference. The referees will confer. It's either going to be on Noletti or for BW,
And they called
Trip
it
Washington.
On the Polar Bears.
So evidently offensive pass interference, OPI. Nearly, though, on that side, looked like the ball was going to be intercepted.
Yeah, let's see once what he calls it. That would be a horrendous call on this that far away from the ball.
5-yard mark off.
Illegal receiver downfield.
Oh, we'll scratch that against Noletti. A lineman went outside his limits forward. You can't go forward until the ball is released. So just a 5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 15 from the 47. 1:18 here in the first quarter left to go. They give the ball to Williams. He will find room and gain about 6 or 7, so he gets the penalty yards back plus a couple more. And
you see how low he
Yes.
stays to the ground, and that's good for any running back, but you just don't see that as much anymore. He stays low and hard to bring down.
looked like he had a lot of 90-degree cuts forward, and he went left, almost stair-stepped his way for 7 yards. A good run to bring up a much more manageable 2nd and 8 now, kind of back in system for the offense, and they'll give it back to Williams, and this time not much running room. He will struggle to gain maybe 1 yard. There's a BW offensive line there. Made nice plays. Sam Groff, 25, and 90, Anton Richardson. A couple of those guys in there that really shut down the hole. And now a 3rd and 7. As the Polar Bears will try to get a first down here. And if you can't get it all, you wonder if maybe they will go for it on 4th down if they can get some chunk of this yards they need.
They're going to let the clock run down to the end of the
Good
quarter.
point. The final 3 seconds counting. They'll have a little bit of time to think about what they want to do when we switch sides of the field. 12 minutes are in the books. The Polar Bears on top 7-3 here on NKTelco Sports.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
Welcome back. Earlier I said the first 12 minutes are in the book. Correction, the first 15 are in the books. And the Polar Bears will have some extra time, Ron, to discuss what they want to do on 3rd and 7 inside the 40.
Yeah, normally with Freed in there, you would look for Chad Rex. He's his favorite target. We'll see once if McFadden looks for him now.
Freed is in what you'd call the slot, wearing number 7. Out here on the outside is Hadley down on the left part of the screen. Some time, and he's going to be wrapped up, and sack recorded for BW as he will lose 1 yard. So McFadden couldn't get rid of it, didn't have an open receiver.
He initially looked for Rex, and Rex was covered over the middle on a crossing pattern. So he had to pull it down and take off.
Another look at it here, just nothing open downfield. McFadden just not able to get out of the grasp of the sack there. And it will be a punting situation by number 80 or number 95, Sean Devaney. He will try to get it down inside the 20. The ball will skip. A number of Polar Bears are down there. It scoots away from them, and they will touch it down around the 20-yard line. So
Hit it about the 10 and then came back on a bad bounce for the Polar Bears.
it's odd. They're going to mark it. Okay, I thought they should mark it where they actually downed it. They touched it on about the 15, but it wasn't controlled. And they actually will mark it where it was downed. And those are one of those plays, you don't see it often, but if BW had a guy down there after that first touch, he can pick it up and run.
Right.
And if he would have fumbled it and lose it, BW would have the choice, do you want to resolve the play, which was a fumble, or do you want to where it was first touched? Well, obviously they would take it from first touch, but you don't see many guys do that. And sometimes the defenders just touch it, to keep it from going in the end zone. That's a live ball for the offense. But back to live action here, a short gain for Smith, and we have some first quarter numbers, Ron.
Yeah, ONU with 3 first downs. Baldwin Wallace was 6. Total yards, 100 for ONU and 96 for BW. time of possession favors Baldwin Wallace, 9 minutes and 2 seconds, and for the Polar Bears, 5 minutes and 58 seconds.
In pursuit are the Polar Bears. They're able to run out of lost yards and avoid the sack. Jake Hudson scampers. You mentioned that the stats there. Remember, Northern scoring drive was quick. The 60-yard run by McFadden, whereas BW, they did it in sections, and we just watched the chains move as they went from right to left.
Yeah, rushing-wise, they have 54 yards for Baldwin Wallace.
Pass and catch.
Ohio Northern has 94, but 60 of that was on the run by McFadden.
Pat Orsini, tight end, out of Williamsville East High School in East Amherst, New York, making the catch and a short gain of 2. So now 2nd and 8 as BW's offense will look into the sun here in the second quarter. Their first time on offense going this direction. Pass downfield, a little high, and going up for the reception was number 17.
Nice coverage there by Christian Randolph, a 6'1", 175-pound senior from Tallahassee, Florida.
Take another look at here, the intended receiver, Chad Steinwax, out of Williamsville North. That's in Buffalo, New York. So we mentioned a lot of guys here, out-of-state players. Ryan Simpson, the center of BW, will shotgun snap it back to his quarterback. Good pressure downfield, good coverage, and I believe Hudson may avoid the sack. He'll be right at it, maybe not. Maybe it'll go down as a sack, as he, I don't think, gained any positive yards. It becomes 4th down, so a good series. Gave up, I think, the 1 first down, but then the Polar Bear defense run shut down the offense.
Yeah, I was trying to see that number. I think it was number 32, Kyle Rowe, 6'3", 235-pound junior for the Polar Bears on that sack.
1 guy back for the Polar Bears, 10 on the line. We'll see once they put some pressure on the punter, Dominic Lombardi. Now they send a couple of guys back to block. It's a shorter kick. And a good return across the 50. Caleb Southfeld. Nice return yards and penalty. So
a little late action there.
Who are they going to pick it on? And if it's against Ohio Northern, that's going to push him back after a great return. If
Didn't see who started it, but a lot of times they don't see that. They just see the retaliation.
At least we didn't see an A.J. Green play. No one got chokehold and thrown down backwards.
See a personal foul, a slap to the helmet against the Polar Bears, and that's going to send them back 15 yards.
Probably to where the play or the punt was actually fielded. A lot of action going on here, not for sure which one. I think they said 13 or 14.
That's exactly what he said. So
he said both numbers?
So we'll just not say either name.
Yeah, tough break. It basically puts it back, I think, right where Southfeld first received the kick, maybe even a little bit further back. So, but still not bad field position for Ohio Northern.
Yeah, this would be a good time for Ohio Northern to put together a drive here and increase their lead. Flip the field position a little bit.
So first down from the 38. McFadden out to Chad Rex. And he, as you mentioned, leading receiver, I believe, for the Polar Bears. Hasn't had a lot of activity today.
Yeah, has 45 receptions coming into the game. Averages 92 yards a game. 13 touchdowns. 18 yards of reception. So when you need some yardage, he's a good guy to look for out there.
Sure-handed and the ability to get open. So good first down chunk of change there. Brings up 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5.
And he always does something after the catch, too. He always, oh boy, there's an early jump there by the polar bear. I think it was number 81, Caleb Salfeld.
Just forgot what the snap count was and trying to get a jump on the defense. That'll back up those 5 yards gained on the Chad Rex catch and put it about 2nd and 9.
Well, the 2 penalties right now have hurt them. See if they can overcome those.
Quarterback kept it. A lot of action was focused on Williams, but instead it's Anthony McFadden with the keeper.
The official got leveled there at the 50. He got run over by somebody.
So a nice run by Anthony McFadden. Quickly the Polar Bears line up, and as you mentioned, we'll kind of monitor, observe what the defense is giving them.
So that run right there erases the 2 penalties.
There were kind of 2 bad plays and 1 good play, the unsportsmanlike and then the false start. Back on side or nearly where they should have started. And they're going to go lose some yards, Ron, so it's zigzag offense right now.
Yeah, there's the problem, you know, rolling left and trying to throw. It takes a little bit more time to do that, to do it correctly. And that time, Baldwin Wallace rushing the quarterback, sacks McFadden.
So 10 minutes, 19 seconds here in the second quarter. Remains 7-3. Take another look at it as
Must have been another flag down, Jeff. I didn't see the flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct on
Trip Washington.
Yeah. He's another Florida player.
So after all of this, it's going to be a first down for Ohio Northern near the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure what he did, but it was in the defensive backfield.
On a side note here, this is football. Received word that New Bremen Cardinals, the Lady Cardinals, have earned a state championship in volleyball.
And that's their first state championship in school history.
Hudson looks downfield, has a couple of receivers open. It's thrown low, and it scoots by Noletti. He had Chad Rex out there as well. Also had Noletti, the throw just underthrown a bit.
So congratulations to the New Bremen Cardinals.
Coach Diana Kramer and her squad finish, I think, 27 or 28-1. Their lone loss was to Fort Recovery. So congratulations, as you said, Ron. They were fun to watch this year, and it's quite an accomplishment considering the competition they play and to survive the district tournament, you know, getting out of this area, if you will. A lot of ranked teams they play. Williams is looking to go to the house. He's going to make it in. 36-yard rushing touchdown by Christian Williams. And number 5, a tough man to tackle when he has momentum and speed. And kind of an awkward drive, Ron. The net effect was right now 6 points on the board for Ohio Northern.
Yeah, some negative yards there through penalties, but then they were really helped by an unsportsmanlike penalty against Baldwin Wallace, and they take advantage of that. Big hole there created by the left side of the offensive line.
Yeah, the whole drive, you know, from the punt return and the penalty, pushed them back, and it just was a zigzag back and forth, and each team had some bad plays, if you will, but the 36-yard run by Christian Williams, the difference. The PAT is up. The PAT is good by Chase Watson. 14-3 now, as you'll take another look at the 36-yard run by Williams. And he muscled through the would-be tacklers. Into the end zone he goes. We'll be back with more football on NKTelco Sports.
So how do you like to watch your sports? Whether it's indoors or outdoors, let Custom Audio Concepts help build your stadium.
Welcome back on this sunny but cool afternoon in Ada, Ohio. I'm Jeff Henshin. Alongside me today is Ron Cruzy, and the Polar Bears have put their second touchdown on the board. Both of those scores coming on behalf of Christian Williams.
Right, one was set up by a long run, 60-yard run by Anthony McFadden, and that one there was taken care of on a 36-yard run by Williams himself.
The kick is away, and it is fielded back at about the 3-yard line.
Oh, nice
Hey,
coverage
boy.
by the Polar Bears.
Nice job again. Let's try to get some numbers here. 37, Clay Dicer. We've seen at least 3 special teams tackles where it's been a stop and drop. They've stuck them and dropped them in their tracks. A good downfield coverage by the special teams units today.
And Dicer, a 6', 190-pound junior from Macomb.
That's here in Ohio, up near Findlay. So the Yellow Jackets now down by 11. Had that one drive where they put it down the field and took a lot of time doing so in the first quarter. Had to settle for a field goal. Another snap a little bit off the mark, but picked up by Hudson. His touch pass, nice play, incomplete. Incomplete. They wave it off. It was a well-thrown ball intended for number 2, Ty Gallo. Could not hold on to it as an incomplete pass. And another penalty. Tap on the head. Is that ineligible downfield?
Yes.
So another lineman just left his line of scrimmage box that he can't go forward a little bit too soon. Mentioned the New Bremen Cardinals, the the volleyball team won in 3 sets, 25-9, 25-18, 25-20. Now, obviously was not there, but it looked like they somewhat dominated that Division IV state title game. Congratulations to them. Again, as Ron mentioned, the first state title for their program, so congratulations to Diana Kramer and team. Number of girls on there had great season. One in particular, Paige Jones, Player of the Year in the Midwest Athletic Conference. Also first team All-Ohio was Paige, and she has committed, if you will, to go play college volleyball at the team up north.
Yeah, if I read that right, I think Monday she has her signing.
Did or will?
I think I will.
Well, I think, not sure, but her intentions are to go to Michigan University. So good luck with Paige and her volleyball career. It's been fun to watch her over the past 3 or 4 seasons, and this year really dominated. Was very much a dominant player on the court. So congratulations to her, and as well as the Bremen team, as they will look to build upon that. But right now, they will enjoy it for today, and a nice day to enjoy those type of events, Ron, and I'm sure they will do so respectfully in New Bremen, Ohio.
Yeah, it'll be quite a time there, I think, tonight.
So back to this game now, 3rd and 5. So boy, if the Polar Bears can get a stop here on defense, Ron, they can force the punt. They put some pressure on Hudson. He will flare one out, and they will mark him just past. So he will kind of fall, stumble, get out of bounds, but did so on the correct side of the line to gain.
And it was a nice catch there.
Yeah, it was.
Caught that at his knees.
Take another look here. Another tough play with that quarterback going that direction. And who made the catch? Number 2, that's Ty Gallo. So a short gain there. Brings up 2nd down and 8. 8:36 and counting in the second quarter. It's the Polar Bears 14, the Yellow Jackets 3. The final regular season game, the final game for each of these teams. We mentioned earlier, both come in with 6-3 overall records, both 5-3 in the OAC. Playing to try to earn the win in either possibly a 2nd place finish in the OAC or definitely a top finish.
Oh, he's wide
throwback.
open.
Gallo hits Hudson, and he will take it to the house. So do the math. That was on the 29-yard line. So about a 70-yard, 71-yard. Do my math. Is that a flea
71.
flicker or not a flea flicker, but halfback pass?
Yeah, it was halfback option pass, but he threw it back against the grain.
And wide open was Hudson.
Well designed and well executed play.
So Jim Marshall will attempt his second career kick. The holder will be number 18, Will Vance. And the snapper, Dane Eberly, number 44. And the kick is up. The kick is dead straight through, and that score at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter will bring it back to 14-10 as you'll see the run, and then you saw the quarterback scamper over there, and everyone saw that coming on that side of the field on the sideline and untouched for 70 yards. We'll take a break and come back with more football on NKTelco Sports.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
Welcome back, 14-10 your score. And during our break, I was informed that the school up north is not Michigan University. It's University of Michigan. My apologies to those that care, but no.
Well,
Paige Jones is going to the University of Michigan. I knew that. I said it wrong.
That happens when you don't say it very often. You just say the school up north.
It's a good rivalry. And speaking of rivalries, this is a good return here against these two OAC schools, both competing today to try to finish, I said, maybe second place in the OAC and end on a good note. And they get a good return. I believe it's number 21, Devon Johnson.
On that touchdown play, that's one play where, they're playing man-to-man on the defensive end, on the defensive side, and the quarterback is the one guy that isn't accounted for.
Well, they made him pay, and they put the quarterback in a wide receiver position, if you will, and well-thrown ball, as you said, across the field, but really no threat. There was no one around him that had a chance to make a play on the ball, and it turned out to be a great play for the Yellow Jackets. So they answer the Williams touchdown run with one of their own. Chad Rex, as you mentioned, took a catch run. He made something happen after it, yards after catch.
Yeah, he's really good at that, the yak part of it.
Be careful how you say that. Yards after catch, it just seems. Yeah. I know what you mean. But yeah, he's taken something sure-handed and can convert it into much more positive yards. And they approach the midfield mark. The clock continues to move at 7:20 in the second quarter. Good look at the Ohio Northern offensive unit. Williams will be controlled, maybe is the best way to say it. Another down the field conflict between 55 and 35, kind of exchanging pleasantries. Will Rankin for Ohio Northern. Did I say 25? Sam Groff possibly, yes. We've seen some conduct maybe that a couple times has been flagged. Both these teams want to win pretty bad today, and both trying to get into each other's head a little bit. So right now, 3rd and 4. Open receiver is Williams. He gets around the tackler. Would have stopped him short. Boy, you talk about the low base that he carries, and he was able to kind of bounce off the shoulder tackle.
That's what they like to see. Williams out in the flat with just one guy covering him.
You gotta like your chances there. The one-on-one, as you mentioned. And right there, it was a nice attempt by Howard Dover. I mean, he wanted to wrap it, just couldn't get it secured, and it's tough to, I guess, stop a moving train, right?
That's correct. Right now, Williams has 72 yards rushing. McFadden has 69.
Williams again finds some running room, so had about one play here in his drive where they held him with no yards, but he's been pretty successful on all of his other touches.
And he has two receptions for 15 yards.
Want to mention the offensive line. Want to give those guys some credit here. Their center is Will Rankin. Left guard, Kyle Gunterman. Right guard, Nate Jones. Left tackle, Jamison Curry. Right tackle, Eli Ulsh. And your tight end, Alex Eblin. Some of those guys don't get enough of the credit for the blocking that they do, and it's tough for us to always see who they are and what is going on, so we like to mention their names.
And just as you mentioned them, one of them.
It doesn't mean they don't make
jumped
mistakes.
off a little bit, yeah.
We're all human, and they'll short memory. They'll lose that yardage and make it.
And normally that's the only time their name is
Yes,
called or their
true.
number's called is when they
Make a mistake.
make a mistake. And
Yeah, you are correct, and we didn't mean it that way.
no,
But
we like to point out the fact that they do open the holes. They definitely opened up a real big one down there for Williams on his 36-yard touchdown.
I believe that 100%. You always hear about these running backs and such where they talk about when they get these awards, they say it's not my award, it's my team's award. I can't do it if I don't have guys in front of me. And, that's sometimes people just say, yeah, but it's the truth. If you don't have guys that can block, you're not going to run for a lot of yards. You're not going to pass. You just aren't going to be successful. So
And you want the offensive linemen to like you if you're the quarterback.
feed them well.
They can make your afternoon pretty long.
Get some pizza from the Northern Freeze and feed them well, because you want to protect those, or keep those guys that protect you happy. They might like to eat a lot too, but have your parents send up some more cash. If you want to see your son home for Christmas healthy, send me some money so I can feed my linemen. 3rd and 7. Pressure. Really just able to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And 4th down, that will bring on the punt unit. So Northern could not answer successive possessions with the score. And back to Kent to punt will be Sean Devaney. What do you think, Ron?
I would say Devaney.
Devaney. Won't need to kick it very long. Try to get it high in the air and let the special teams get down there. They've done a nice job today, and gets down inside the 15. Not a bad kick. They definitely pushed the chains to the left here, and that's where the BW Yellow Jackets will start with just 4:40 to go in the second half. And before the game started, BW won the toss. They deferred, so it's one of these things I always like to point out. If you can score, there's plenty of time left, but if you're BW and you can score and use some clock, you're not only going to take the lead on a touchdown, but you're going to get the ball back in the 3rd quarter and chance to grow that lead more. To me, it's just like letting a team get the ball after a touchdown and giving it right back to them. And I understand your defense has to make plays, but I like the ability to let my offense go out there first and try to do something versus just giving them back-to-back possessions to move the ball.
And momentum is definitely on Baldwin Wallace's side right now. Ever since the touchdown for ONU, Baldwin Wallace came right back and scored, and that just flipped the momentum over to their side, and they still have it.
The defense of the Polar Bears, mentioned the offense. Defensive end Jason Hunley, nose tackle Carlos Bunton, defensive tackle Justin Croswell, defensive end Kyle Rowe, linebackers Tyler Soltis, Zach Smergy, Mark Niles, cornerback Kristen Randolph. So some of those guys again, Kyler Caldwell, Greg Dennis, Andrew Valenti.
He's got him open, and he's got him.
That's big plays here, and that's going to be another big gain. That'll follow up that big offensive strike. They're going to move the ball from the 21 almost all the way down inside of the 15. So good offensive strike. So one from what, 30?
Probably about a 60-yard gain.
Yeah, just around 30 from 120, from the 21 to the 19-yard line. As you see the replay there, and BW again inside the red zone here, or I should say after that big score they had just a possession ago, now knocking on the door again. Clock moving at 3:30. And that's number 16 with the ball. That's a good tackle there, but a couple yard pickup. That was number 6, I believe, for Ohio Northern. Greg Dennis. And he did tackle number 16, Matt Lowry. Again, Lowry is listed as a quarterback. We saw him throw his first pass of what we think he threw this season earlier in the first quarter. Short gain there on just his basically 29th carry of the season. Under 3 minutes for the BW Yellow Jackets, who have plenty of time with the ball on the 16. Chance to take their first lead of the game. Smith, running room inside the middle to the left. Inside the 15 to the 14. 3rd down and about 4.
Jake Hudson now is over 100 yards in passing. He came in the game averaging 211.
So right on pace for throwing the ball. He's also run it quite a bit, and now he is not on the field. It's Lowry, number 16. At least I don't see Hudson out there.
No.
Lowry will keep it. Boy, he almost got around the Polar Bears defender. Is that Smurgy, double deuces, number 22, with the basically probably a touchdown saving tackle.
I think that's why he's in there to run the Wildcat. He averages 25 yards a game and a 6-yard average
Take a
with
look here.
2 touchdowns.
Make sure as he broke that tackle, and I believe that is, 22, Zach Smurgy. There was no one going to stop him if Smurgy doesn't make that tackle.
So we're going to have a 30-yard field goal.
Jim Marshall, the kicker, to try to pull the Yellow Jackets to within 1. It's long enough.
Missed it.
And he has missed it wide left, so the Polar Bear defense bends, doesn't break. They get a missed field goal to help them with that, but nonetheless, they will give the ball back to their offense with 1:13 to go. And Ron, I believe Ohio Northern should have all of their timeouts if they want to try to score here before half. I think a lot of it depends on what they do with this first, or maybe first and second touches on this possession. I don't think they called any timeouts. The board doesn't show it. I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't remember them having a timeout, so they should have all of them left.
All 3.
Now the wind has started up a little bit. Should be in their favor.
He mentioned earlier today the flag not moving at all, but it does appear to be moving more right to left. Williams looking for a big hole, and that's about a 9-yard chunk of change, and the clock will continue to run. They will salvage or save their timeouts.
They don't seem to be in a real big hurry.
With 3 timeouts, so they can get in a hurry pretty quick with the ability to stop the clock. They get it snapped. McFadden runs, hopes to get out of bounds. He will save a timeout and get it.
Yeah, good job there by McFadden getting out of bounds. Not only did he get out of bounds, he got the first down also.
44 seconds left. Take another look at the McFadden run. Again, pretty good protection at the line of scrimmage. Good coverage downfield by the Yellow Jacket defense. So a lot of time left. Ohio Northern needs to get some yards here to get in scoring position. Open receiver is Chad Rex. Don't see that very often, Ron, and he had not only good catch yards, but there was potential for him to turn upfield what he does so well.
Yeah, it looked like he might have looked up. He saw somebody in front of him there. He's in heavy traffic. And instead of looking the ball into his hands, I think he took a peek to see where the hit was going to come from.
Chad Rex out of Lakewood Ranch High School in Bradenton, Florida. That will keep the clock stopped at 39 seconds. Would have been a nice pickup of yards for the Polar Bears. They will have to go back to work here. They'll keep it on the ground. Williams will power forward for about 6. And timeout will be called by the Polar Bears. And with that, we will take a timeout on the field as well with them. You're watching Ohio Northern football on NKTelco Sports.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just $20. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for $5 and a 16-piece for $20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has a solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage.
Welcome back. 32 seconds left. Coach Dean Paul takes a timeout. His team trying to get some yards and a score before half. McFadden will get out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
That was
25 seconds.
That was a little strange. Rex didn't turn around for the ball, and McFadden was looking at him, going to unload it, and saw that Rex wasn't looking, so he pulled it down and ran.
McFadden needed about 6 more feet to get the first down and could not do it. So in a way now you wish, well, he probably was going with the first down. You get out of bounds, and with just 25 seconds, you hope you get a good punt, but you do BW a favor by not forcing him to call a timeout. Some pressure, but he gets a high kick away, fair catch, called for and fielded.
Nice job there by number 2.
Ty Gallo.
Ty Gallo.
Remember, the sun maybe somewhat in his eyes. I mean, the sun is facing that direction for him, but he's able to secure the ball with 19 seconds. And
plus he's surrounded there by 3 polar bears.
Yeah. If he coughs that one up, chances of him getting it back are slim to none. Did a nice job securing it, and we'll see once if BW is going to be content. They're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. You would hate for them, if you would, to have a turnover down here, but they've had some big plays here in this half. We'll see once if they try to convert them, maybe that third one of the half with just 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, they would need a big play here with, I think they're either out of timeouts or 1 left.
Hudson keeps it on the ground. He's going to try to get out of bounds. He does so on his own. The clock will stop. He gets to about the 34-yard line with 12 seconds left.
So it took 7 seconds for him to do that. It's paramount that the polar bears tackle in bounds.
That would be nice. Force him to use a timeout, but right now definitely keep everything in front of you. They've got a long way to go for any realistic scoring opportunities. Just make sure no one gets behind you and have a big catch and gain a chunk of yards. Pressure, and that's probably going to end our half as the Polar Bears get a sack. And that will wind it down. And boy, the numbers on the Polar Bears jersey is hard to read from a distance, and hopefully this will help us here. As you will see, I believe 45 and also 32 maybe. Rowe and Niles. So that will end the second 15-minute quarter. And after 30 minutes of action, it's Ohio Northern 14, Baldwin Wallace 10. We'll be back with third quarter football here on NKTelco Sports.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
Trust us.
NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Welcome back to Bill Robinson Field, Dial Riverson Stadium. And for halftime here, you are watching the Ohio Northern Marching Band under the band director, Dr. Charles Bates. So enjoy, and when we come back after this, we'll have third quarter action here on NKTelco Sports.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
So how do you like to watch your sports? Whether it's indoors or outdoors, let Custom Audio Concepts help build your stadium.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold. We are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just 20 bucks. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for 5 bucks and a 16-piece for 20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
Trust us.
NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco. and get in the game.
Welcome back to Ohio Northern University as we get ready for third quarter action. Want to again thank the Ohio Northern University Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Charles Bates for their fine performance and reminded us all of today's date, Veterans Day. So thank you, veterans, from former, current, for your time and your service. And Dr. Bates' band did some songs to that effect, and also they will be on tour, or I shouldn't say on tour, they will again perform on 12/17, December 17th at First Energy Stadium, and that was the Browns game against the Ravens, so they will be up there in action in December. And with our first half stats here is Ron Cruzy.
First downs, Baldwin Wallace 10, ONU 8. Rushing yards, Baldwin Wallace 91, the Polar Bears 171. Passing yards, Yellow Jackets 180, 27 for Ohio Northern. Total offense 271 for Baldwin Wallace. Ohio Northern has 198. Penalty-wise, one penalty for Baldwin Wallace. That was for 15 yards, and ONU had 4 penalties for 30 yards. Neither team has a turnover yet in the game.
14-10 your score. I'm not real sure what's going on in the field now. Both teams were out, and then they've been instructed to go back to their benches, and we're ready to go. So
Jake Hudson for Baldwin Wallace is 7 for 11, no interceptions for 45 yards. Will Vance had that one pass back to Hudson. That was for 60 yards. Rushing wise, Austin Smith, 51 yards for Baldwin Wallace. For Ohio Northern, Anthony McFadden, 4 of 9 for 27 yards. Kristen Williams, 12 rushing attempts for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony McFadden, 7 attempts for 79 yards.
Tom Flesser with the kickoff. And again, good special teams tackling by Ohio Northern, and I think it's, boy, those numbers on the front of their shirts are hard to read. 35, 33.
Yeah, they get crumpled up on the front. If you turn around, the numbers on the back are easy to read. The numbers on the front, very difficult.
Hasselou, I believe, the tackler there. Again, it's probably the 4th time around we've noticed that good first contact termination tackle, if you will, and that puts the ball down at the 21-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets, the first on offense here in the second half. They have not led in this game. Had a chance in the first half to score, or at the end of the first half, and now there's a big run around the left side, and they might take their first lead of the game. There's a lot of speed right there.
That's Leverett.
And he will cruise in on the first play, but there are 2 penalty markers back on the 30 and the 37-yard line. I have a feeling this one is coming back.
Usually that's in the area of an illegal block or holding on the Yellow Jackets.
Whether there's a penalty or not, that was a nice run. He pulled away from the Polar Bears, and
that was number 19, Jordan Leverett, a 6-foot, 185-pound junior out of Cleveland.
So a big penalty. They only had 1 penalty mentioned in the first half, and that was the one I think that actually helped Ohio Northern in that awkward series where they ended up getting a 36-yard rushing touchdown, but that penalty they got there helped the Polar Bears score. Now this one actually negates a big rushing touchdown that would have given them their first lead.
It actually conveys into a 80-yard penalty.
Yeah, I mean, and more importantly, it was a score. Now the referees again huddle around the 20-yard line. And with the penalty being, I believe, at the spot of the foul, Ron.
Yes.
They moved it back, so now it's repeat first down.
Yeah,
they make it 11.
That might have been the talk, where to spot the football.
1st and 11 from the 20. The play clock is running. I guess we're ready to go here as it approaches 10 seconds. The Yellow Jackets now in formation. Hand off and stumbling past the line with the first line is Smith, number 7.
They really haven't gotten much yardage up the middle.
And Smith, you mentioned in the first half, he seemed like he had a decent first half. Not for sure.
He had 10 attempts for 51 yards.
Okay, and he gets a couple here, but that makes it now with the penalty, 2nd and 9. So good chance here for the Polar Bears. Get a couple stops. Hudson scrambling to his right. Coming diagonally across the field is number 88. He had a couple catches to tie Ramsier.
Normally you don't like to see that, the pass thrown late, kind of over the middle, but he got by with it that time.
Brings up 3rd and short, but a much more manageable 3rd and 3 feet for the Yellow Jackets. Play clock again, moving down inside of 10 right now, and they snap it. Hudson with a quick fake will get strung backwards. I don't think he got there.
Nice play there by number 32, Kyle Rowe.
That's something you usually see in the backyard where you grab the kid's arm and swing him around. Usually the bigger kids whipping the smaller kids. Take another look at it here.
We used to do that, but it was called square dancing.
I see. I don't think they square dance anymore, do they?
I haven't seen that for a while.
So nice play by Kyle Rowe, junior out of Southeastern High School, London, Ohio, forces the punting situation here. Fair catch called for and made by number 81, Saalfeld, and the Polar Bears seem like, again, Ron, they've always started in pretty decent to very good field positioning.
Yeah, I can only remember maybe one time where they started inside the 25.
Start here at the 39. So a chance to increase the 4-point lead. Twice now they've withstood those threats by the Yellow Jackets when they've had the chance to take the lead. Bootleg, thrown pass out of bounds off of Saalfeld's fingertips.
Well, it just seems like McFadden's always rolling to the
This
left.
way, yeah. Or yeah, away, making that tough throw across his body. Saalfeld, put a finger on it, but those are tough throws. I think what you're suggesting is roll him the other way, let him throw with his body.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be a little bit more accurate rolling the other way, plus he could get it off a little quicker.
Just out of his reach, brings up 2nd and 10 with 12:34 to go here early in this third quarter. Williams off to the right. They give it to Williams. Nope, they keep it. Still with it, he's in trouble. Gets around one tackler, and he does fall forward for 5 yards. Is limping on that play. I think it was the original tackler that maybe made the first contact, Sam Groff, number 25, and he is down on the field. So we will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have more football here on NKTelco Sports.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
Welcome back as Groff walks off the field, and we hope he's okay. That's a 3rd and 5 for the Polar Bears. McFadden again dancing around in the pocket. He's going to scramble and turn it upfield, dive forward. That's a first down. So it's inside, just across the 50-yard line now. That's a first down yardage, and around a big play, nothing downfield, and McFadden able to get a much-needed first down.
Yeah, he's been able to do that several times today, one on a big 61-yard run, and that time enough for the first down.
There's a violation of penalty, false start. mentioned earlier, today's a big day for both these teams. They both come in 6-3 overall, 5-3 in league play. These teams would love to finish with a win that potentially could put them in a tie for second and guarantee a top half finish of the OAC. Coach Dean Paul's in his 14th season at Ohio Northern. He's their all-time winningest coach in ONU football history, 95-48 overall here at Ohio Northern. He's coached 18 total seasons. And on the other side of the field, Coach Jim Hilbert in his first season as head coach of Baldwin Wallace. Williams with the carry.
Williams with that quick burst of speed and that low level with his pads, and all adds up to some yards.
2nd and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. Take another look at it with Williams up the middle and falls down basically at the line of scrimmage. So another chance here to get some yards. Rex fakes the handoff. It's kept by McFadden. He will go nowhere. So back-to-back good defensive plays for BW, and it's going to force Ohio Northern, after getting some positive yards, a first down inside their territory, a big 3rd and long to try to keep possession, keep the chains moving.
Once again, you want to keep your eye on Chad Rex. And Miletti's been quiet this afternoon.
And Miletti's number 4. I believe he's way out on the top of our screen to your right.
Rex is
Hadley's
in the slot.
down here, and Rex is in the slot. Williams in the backfield, leaves the backfield. McFadden, still some room, finds, actually through the hands of the person you just spoke about, Noletti, would not have been a first down, and that will bring up a 4th and 10. So what looked to be like a favorable drive to start, he got the first down, got a couple good runs, stalls with basically 3 plays of no yards, and the Polar Bears will punt it away and try to, again, pin Baldwin Wallace deep in their own territory, where they've been very good at downing the punt and making the first contact tackle. I think BW's been putting some pressure on the kickers as well. We'll see once if they come at it again here. Not so much this time.
A nice kick.
Devaney's kick is down inside the 10. It's not fair caught, and it'll be probably 0 to maybe minus yard return. So again, that special teams unit for the Polar Bears has been very good. And I mentioned Dean Paul. He's in his 14th season. I want to mention his assistant coach is Glenn. Maybe I should have thought about this before I said it. Glenn Schutows, Scheutzow. Mike Smits, Devin Russell, David Price, Adam Moses, Denny Compston, A.J. Haddam, Leonard Glevens, Kelsey Pope, David Carroll, Mitch Fain, Jordan Williams. Those guys help support head coach Dean Paul. The Polar Bears will try to corral number 10 here. Hudson, he is on the loose. So he's knocked out at about the 47-yard line. A good play for Hudson. No penalty flags down this time. And, boy, BW's had some big plays today, big chunks of yards. Not all of them have counted because of a penalty, but they've been successful in that department, getting some big runs, some big plays.
And it's not always the same person. It's a big throw, a big run. One of the bigger plays was Hudson actually catching the pass.
From Vance?
Yes.
Well, Hudson with the big carry out to the 46-yard line. Stays in the game. Nice screen play set up on the left side. Smith, well, the setup screen, and he takes it down inside the 25. So they move it from the 46 of BW to the 25.
And what a great play call that was. Taking advantage of the Polar Bear rush.
All
the
eyes.
Screen play.
Boy, it's amazing. When he looked to his right, you could see some of the defensive guys for Ohio Northern move to their left. That really helped open up the screen that was set up on the left side. And big play for the Yellow Jackets. Again, they near the red zone. They were in it near the end of the first half and ended up missing a field goal. Had a touchdown called back to start this half. And now knocking on the door again as they get to the 19 to try to take their first lead of the game. As they trail 14-10 with 8:25 and counting here in the third quarter.
So Hudson now has 86 yards passing and 68 yards rushing.
2nd and 8 from the 19. That's Lowry in motion. We mentioned his name a few times today. Under pressure, gets it away, and a pass and catch and a good tackle by the Polar Bears. I believe it was number 13 on defense, Kristen Randolph, stopping Steinwax as he caught the ball but really gained minimal yards. Brings up 3rd and 5 from the 17.
Nice play there by Hudson just to get
rid of it.
Rid of the ball, kind of a sidearm throw, but right on target.
Mark Niles was in pursuit and had wrapped up Hudson. Could not get him down before the ball was thrown. 3rd and 6 from the 17. And there's a whistle and there's a timeout, Ohio Northern. So with 7 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the third quarter, it's Ohio Northern 14, Baldwin Wallace 10 on NKTelco Sports.
So how do you like to watch your sports? Whether it's indoors or outdoors, let Custom Audio Concepts help build your stadium.
Welcome back. I'm Jeff Henshin. Alongside me this afternoon is Ron Cruzy. It's November 11th, Veterans Day. Again, thank you to all those men and women who have served, past, present, and future, for their time and efforts they put in. And we honor them on this day. A nice tribute at halftime with Dr. Bates, the band, performing some songs. Again, the band will perform at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland on December 17th when the Browns host the Ravens.
It'd be a good day for a win, wouldn't it?
It'd be nice to maybe get their first one that day if they haven't already gotten it by then. But right now it's Ohio Northern trying to hold on to a 14-10 lead. Hudson.
There's
time.
A hold.
And there's a penalty, so this will be called back, and it'll be interesting to see once what Ohio Northern does. They can either – there's another penalty. I think for mouthing off to the official probably is my guess. I don't know.
That was a very clear hold there.
Well, you saw it, so
52.
it must have been obvious.
That was Andrew Soroski, 6'2", 275-pound senior from Delaware.
You know, the original penalty, I thought, would you decline it and force a 4th and 7? But now with a personal foul, or maybe we'll see what other else thing it might tack on to here. That might.
This could be a very large one.
Yeah, we'll see what.
Because the second penalty was after the play.
Yeah, you would think it would be added on to whatever Ohio Northern decides to do. So you could decline the first. Well, they're pointing backwards. We'll try to get it.
Well, they could
There's
actually.
holding.
Couldn't they actually decline the holding and take the 15? Then the play would count, right? Oh, sideline warning.
Okay, so my apologies. I thought they were going to get maybe an unsportsmanlike, and I think the sideline warning is when you're inside the white boundary and the referee maybe hits you or runs into you. But
the next time it will be a penalty.
Is that the hold you're speaking of probably?
Yeah, so that was it right there.
That's tough for the linemen. They don't know what's going on behind them, and you're pushing against a guy who then starts going the direction of the play, and you have to realize, okay, it's tough to let go when you're trying to block, and it gets picked up, and it helps the Polar Bears here as they will force now a 3rd and 15 on the 28-yard line. Hudson drops back, sees something down the middle, intercepted, number 2, I believe it is, Caldwell, or 6. We'll hang on here. I believe it was 6.
Yeah, number 6.
Okay. So the defense comes up big. They gamble a little bit. They get it out of the end zone and get it past the 20.
And that was Greg Dennis.
Take another look at it here. Well, maybe it was Greg Dennis. You mentioned here we go with the replay. Nice catch, and I thought maybe he would down it. You would have got it right there, probably, I think, at the 20. Is that right?
Yep.
So he gambled a little bit, tried to make a big play, and
paid off.
You know, anytime you get past the 20, it's a good decision, right? So the Polar Bears get the first takeaway of today's match or today's contest, and they will, again, prevent the Yellow Jackets from taking their first lead of today's game. So the Yellow Jackets, who've had the ball, missed a field goal in the red zone, and had it down inside the red zone here before the penalties move them out, suffer a turnover, so they come away twice now inside the red zone without points. And Christian Williams falls forward for about 4.
And we want to mention Greg Dennis is a 6-foot sophomore from Mount Vernon.
Big play, big catch by Dennis, as Ron mentioned, and Polar Bears will try to get some consistency, let's say, in their offense here and keep it more than just a first down and get the ball down towards the other end as Rex catches or caught it. And there's some, again, some extracurricular pleasantries I'm sure are well received. Rex little yards after contact or yards after catch there, but does move it ahead a couple yards. Again, players.
I think we're going to have another flag pretty soon. He reached for the flag but didn't throw it.
Yeah, Kerry Sparrow, number 1, kind of walking around and maybe a part of the field he shouldn't have been with.
Yeah, he doesn't belong in the
huddle
of Ohio Northern.
So 3rd down, 3 to go. Big play here if the Polar Bears can get the 9 feet they need. There's a penalty, a delay of game, so that'll make it now 3rd and 8. So what was much more manageable, Ron, those situations, 3rd and 3, 3rd and short, now becomes 3rd and long, and it makes it a little bit more challenging.
That's a big play for the Ohio Northern offense. They need to get it out of that area of the field. They don't want to give momentum back to Baldwin Wallace.
We approach the final 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. McFadden has played the whole game, dumps it down to Williams, who's going to use his size and ability to try to get the first down basically on his own. Had some blockers out in front, but a well-defensed, well-played out there by the defense. And again, Sparrow, number 1 of Baldwin Wallace, very close away from the ball to maybe getting a penalty. He doesn't, and it'll bring up 4th down and now 2.
He's sure trying his best to get one.
Yeah, that would be
he's right on the line.
You got to figure out when to shut it down. Your defense came up with a great play. Don't give a free one to the Polar Bears if you're looking from the Baldwin Wallace side. So it does remain 4th down. The Polar Bears punt it away. And there's the first touch, and it'll be tapped down. There's a play I talked about
where he fumbled.
But that's all right. It'll go to the first touch. Exactly what we talked about. I'd say hold down, Polar Bears. I don't think you're going to get this. BW should get the option of first touching or result of the play. So it'll go back to where Ohio Northern first touch it, probably on the 41-yard line. So I don't think it matters. It's the first touch, and then we'll try to listen to what they say. I think it's going to be BW ball at the 41-yard line. Or 36-yard line, 36. Here we go. There's a 37-yard first touch. So I'm glad I mentioned that early in the game, Ron. I haven't seen that done in a long time, and we see it today. So that's a gamble you can take when the ball's basically tipped by the defenders. They didn't down it, so it's a live ball. You field it and you take with the result of the play or the first touch. So it'll be BW ball. They're again going to take over this time with better field position. Moved the ball inside the red zone around their last time, but came away with no points. Had some penalties and then the turnover. Nothing doing.
Yeah, that play was busting right from the get-go.
Good penetration there by Justin Croswell, junior linebacker or defensive lineman.
He was helped out there by Kyle Rowe.
So a good first down defensive play by the Polar Bears as we approach the 4-minute mark. No scoring done here in this quarter, so it was 14-10 at halftime. Handoff is made, and going down on his own is Austin Smith, so not a lot of, I don't know if he had much room to go if he would have stood up or stayed up, but he goes down trying to make a move.
So a big play here by Ohio Northern defense. If they can stop him here on 3rd and 13.
3:28, clock moving.
You have to know where number 17, Chad Stonwatch is. He's the leading receiver for Baldwin Wallace. He's wide left.
Hudson, number 10, will take the snap. Being pursued, and he'll scramble to get back to the line of scrimmage again. Some pushing and shoving going on. Just keep your heads, guys. You've got a 4th down coming up. Get off the field and force the punt. Take another good look at it here and try to pick up which first pursuer is number 32, Rowe, and
he's had quite a game today.
We've seen his number, called his name a few times, yes. And 4th and 15, they lose yards in this drive, lose about 5, and will force the punt. Snap a little bit off. Ohio Northern, if they can get a stop here, long way to go. They will take over a great field position. And
that was number 14, Tyler Soltis, a 5'10 sophomore from Northfield. Blew right through that line. You could see him lining up in the gap. And as soon as that ball was snapped, he took off. You'll see it on the replay. Well, you see the end of it. That was him flying by. He's the guy that interrupted it.
Making a tackle. The Polar Bears right now, so the Polar Bears tackle him there on about the 34, and great starting field position, and a chance to put more points on the board as we have exactly 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Williams back to Rex, will keep it. Rex will move forward. So in the end, about a 6-yard play. Not bad, a lot of ball shuffling around. I thought maybe Rex would flip it back to McFadden. He kept it and goes forward for 7 yards.
Yeah, he faked the double reverse and kept the football. Boy, a score here by the Polar Bears, or a touchdown here, would be big toward the end of the 3rd quarter.
2nd down, 5 from the 29-yard line. Play clock nears 10 seconds. McFadden keeps it, hits Rex across the middle. Some more yards after catch for Rex. He gets down to his uniform number. It's about, well, maybe the 7, make it the 9. So another.
Just a crossing pattern there by Rex. And a nice throw by McFadden, hit him right on stride.
You mentioned earlier, maybe it was in the first half, have not heard much from Chad Rex. It seems like they're trying to get him more involved with something, either catching, running, and he's come up big here. He had some big plays for the offense.
And there's the guy that's been quiet in the 3rd quarter, and that's Williams.
Williams, with a 1st and goal, gets it down near the 6-yard line, brings up maybe the 7-yard line.
I know from other games you see a lot of Rex, a lot of Williams, and a lot of number 4.
Noletti?
Yeah, Malachi Noletti. And he's out wide to the right.
Yeah, they have 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. They give it to Williams. Nope, McFadden keeps it. He needs a blocker, gets one. He runs in from 7. Give Christian Williams a nice block near the goal line to help that hole stay open for Anthony McFadden, sophomore quarterback out of Paint Valley High School in Chillicothe. So they take advantage, Ron, of the great field position that came off of, you know what, that special teams. We mentioned the tackling they've done on punts and such, but that special teams disrupted the punt attempt, didn't block it, but tackled them before they made the first down, gave them great field position, and they score on that following series.
And their special teams have kept Baldwin Wallace out of good field position.
Chase Watson. It's good. He remains perfect, if I understand, Ron, on the season.
Yeah, that's big. He came in to the game 24 out of 24 on extra points, and he's had 3 of them today, so 27 and 27, and that's not bad in anybody's book.
21-10, we'll be back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold. We are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
37 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Touchdown run by Anthony McFadden has Ohio Northern on top by 11, 21-10. So a good job by the offense scoring the game's only points here in the second half. And the special teams unit will send the ball down the field and will hope to contain as they've done so well today. Although right now, Jordan Leverett kind of makes him pay a little bit. Has a nice return all the way out to the 44-yard line, 45-yard line. So Jordan Leverett gives his team decent field, really nice field position, Ron, with under 30 seconds to go until we switch the ends of the field.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit too soon. That was the largest return that they've had. Gives them really good field position about on the 44-yard line.
So the Polar Bears, the defense has been good today. They've bent a little bit. Haven't broke per se too much. But we have seen where BW's been able to get some big plays. They start off this drive with Leverett again. They figured he ran the punt back so well. Give him a chance to add some rushing yards, and Leverett muscles his way across midfield down near the 42-yard line.
So here's a chance for Ohio Northern to kind of bow their backs and stop the Yellow Jackets down to 18 seconds. See if they run a play. Or
they don't have to. The play clock is off. The wind, as you mentioned, has picked up a little bit. It's blowing in their face now, and they will elect to try one more possession going into the wind. They're actually going to throw it. They do. Leverett catch is made and goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and that is the final play of the third quarter. So BW will come back with a little bit of momentum and some great field position to start the fourth quarter. It's 21-10. You're watching Ohio Northern OAC football on NKTelco Sports.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just $20. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for $5 and a 16-piece for $20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion, and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
Fourth quarter action, Yellow Jackets are on the move, and they're going to get a nice running play here. It's a first play. They haven't gone to Leverett, and that's going to go to Dion Greer. It's
And
been
a
all
flag
Lever.
down might have been a face mask.
Well, they'll tack a few more yards on to that run by Greer. Up until that point, Ron, in this drive, it had been all number 19, Jordan Leverett. He ran back a good punt. He rushed the ball, and then he caught a nice pass at the end of the third quarter. But that time, it was by number 82, Dion Greer, and you'll see a face mask in there, so it goes against Ohio Northern.
Seems like when there's a timeout or in between quarters, they come out with a special play of some kind. You know, we saw the halfback option pass. We saw this play. There's been a couple other ones.
Well, now they have Lowry in the backfield. I mentioned his name. He's a transfer, we understand, from Mountain Union, so he's sat out a year, and he's playing football here, and
he's in the end zone.
Going to go into the end zone. A 5-yard rushing touchdown, so the 11-point lead was only momentary because BW races right back to pull it to within 5 right now, pending the point after touchdown.
And they did that the last time the Polar Bears scored. They come right back and regain the momentum with their own touchdown.
Put it back to a one possession. Well, I guess 11 could be the same thing. I mean, it's need to get this extra point to make it a
4-point lead.
There you go. Thank you. My math was going awry, but back to a one possession game once they, if they can make this. And again, new kicker today. That one splits the upright, so it comes right back to 21-17 lead. So they score early here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and come back with more Ohio Northern football here in NKTelco Sports.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
21-17, 14 minutes, 32 seconds to go in this contest. And BW answers back, as we mentioned earlier, with a quick drive of their own, scoring. It all started with a great punt return, punt return by Leverett, and he had a rush of some positive yards, a big catch to end the third quarter. Dion Greer then a good run down inside near the 5-yard line, and it all finished with a rushing touchdown by Matt Lowry, and that will give the score the 17th point for BW, and the kick out of bounds will go in favor of Ohio Northern. Ron, they'll get decent field position again.
Right, we'll see if Ohio Northern can answer that touchdown by Baldwin and Wallace.
So they will get the ball, looks like at the 35. I'm not real sure what their options are here, if you can.
Yeah, they can have them kick it again, or they can take the ball on the 35.
They will take it at the 35 and go to work. The last scoring drive by the Polar Bears, short field variety. Only had to go maybe 36 yards, I think it was, for the scoring drive. So the Polar Bears put Williams off to the right. Rex fakes the handoff, and they give it to Williams, and he busts through for an 11-yard pickup. A lot of movement in the backfield. Ron Rex went into motion. They faked the handoff to him and gave it to Kristen Williams, number 5, for the first down carry.
He wasn't very active there in the third quarter, although he
had a nice block for Rex to allow him to score. They give it back to Williams, and this time he is met by a host of BW defenders. Some of those guys on the bottom for BW, looks like 48 maybe made the initial contact. His name is Zach. Why do I always pick the
Poudrier?
Poudrier? I think it's what it was. Poudrier. Is that French?
I don't know. He lives in Penfield, New York. They speak French there.
They might. McFadden needs 8 for the first down, gets about 7. So again, nice run there to give his offensive unit a 3rd and short across the 50-yard line on the 46. 13 minutes, 30 seconds left. You'll see here McFadden fall forward near the 45-yard line. They'll spot it just on the 46.
So a big 3rd down play here for Ohio Northern.
Williams, well, he got
Stopped
nothing.
Short.
And they did a nice job preventing him from falling forward. He gains a yard, needed 2.
Should be 4th and 1. Now do you go for it or do you
No.
punt?
That's why we're up here and Coach Dean Paul is down there. You'd think you would like your chances with a Christian Williams of something. But
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
yeah, we'll see what happens here. They go to the line quickly, and we'll look over for the play and need 3 feet, a yard, if you will.
He got
Williams
it.
got it. So he ends up gaining 2. Straight ahead rushing by number 5, Christian Williams, and again Rankin and Gunterman, Jones. There's 3 guys right there in the middle that kind of did what they need to do in that particular play, Ron, is just go forward and let your big back crash through.
He didn't hesitate at all. He just went right for where the hole's supposed to be.
Now he goes around the left side, gets to the corner, tiptoes out of bounds, but a nice agility there to get around the corner. Chasing him, trying to make the tackle was number 11, Andy Schultz, and he was able to kind of get around him, pick up some more yards down to the 35-yard line.
So now we're seeing a nice dose of Williams, and they're moving the ball, the clock is running. And
a lot of time left. I was beginning to wonder, boy, if Williams can get positive yards time after time after time, it would eat into what's left to give, but there's way too much time to start thinking about that, but eventually that could become key, and if you can get a 11-point lead again, that would make it much more difficult for BW to come back as Williams falls forward again for about a 4-yard pickup. And more importantly, Ron, they'll stop the clocks momentarily because first down.
Yeah, if they can answer BW's score with a score of their own,
preferably a touchdown,
that's going to be huge.
4-point lead right now. Polar Bears have led since the start. They opened the game with the first touchdown, a Williams touchdown run. Pass nearly intercepted. It went over Rex, and I believe in and out of the hands of number 26, Trip Washington. So a break for Ohio Northern, you would say, because the tip ball nearly looked like it was going to be a sure interception for Baldwin Wallace, and take a deep breath there and kind of regroup. The pass a little high.
Yeah, he had a receiver open, but the pass went errant. Should have been intercepted probably, but dropped.
Clock stopped, 11:37 to go, 2nd and 10. New life for the Polar Bears. Williams. Again, positive yards for Williams, and he moves it about a halfway towards the next line to gain. 3rd and 6.
So another big play, although they're probably in 4-down territory.
You would think, being this close, yes.
You could look at 2 runs or about anything they want to do, but they're actually in a territory where they could run the ball twice if they wanted to.
They got everyone spread out. This will help Williams spread the field. They'll keep it. Rex with a nice catch, maybe a half a yard behind him. He catches it and moves forward. It looks like Baldwin Wallace doing all they can to try to strip it from him, but he moves it from the 28 down to the 8-yard line.
We saw Rex drop one, and I think it was in the first half, which was very unusual. This time he comes up with a real nice catch because he has the reach behind him, and he hangs on to it, and he gets hit about 3 times by 3 players.
Yeah, and he continued to move the line forward. You can see the defender's arming around trying to, if Ken pop it out, and he holds on. First down, Polar Bears inside the 10. Williams Needs a block. Rex
Oh,
gives him a
Rex.
block. Noletti with a good block there. So a couple great blocks.
There.
Touchdown.
You can give that touchdown to Rex there with a great block.
He had it out on about the 5-yard line. Also doing a nice job in the end zone. Malachi Noletti, legal block, preventing his guy from coming up to make the stop.
So all three of the playmakers for the Polar Bears
made a
make
play.
a play.
And at a time when they needed it the most. So 10-point lead now, and they'll try to tack on the 28th point today. As Williams now has rushed for 3 touchdowns. Watson will attempt. It's long enough and it's straight enough.
That's a big extra point right there to make it 11 points.
28-17 with 10 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Watch number 7 here. Sees his buddy, says, I'll help you out a little bit there. And then if we see number 4 in the end zone, right at the goal line, he's in there. He did a nice job with the stutter steps, keeping his defender in front of him. And good play by the playmakers. And we'll take a break and come back with more football on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us.
NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us.
Back to live action. A big run by Williams puts the Polar Bears up by 11 with 10-17 to go in the ball game. As Ohio Northern again comes up with some big plays, and they bump that lead up to the biggest lead they've had all day, which has been 11, and it's been either 11 or 4 throughout much of this contest.
So Williams is up to 143 yards
Is that an
rushing.
onside kick almost? Boy, right idea. Should have paid closer attention. At first I thought it was down the middle, but it was really directed to the sideline, and not sure which Polar Bear nearly ran that down. That was a nice attempt. You know, you give the full leg motion. It looks like it's going down the field, and it doesn't work out. It doesn't turn out maybe in Ohio Northern's favor, but you try to catch BW maybe a little bit of sleep. Instead, though, it's going to give them a decent to very good field position to start this drive.
Right at the 43.
So a lot of time left for BW. They are going to take over here at the 10-17 mark as the officials huddle around. It went out of bounds, so I don't know if there should have, unless it was touched. Never did see a penalty.
No, there was no flag.
So I'm not sure what the conversation is or would be, but
It probably had something to do with it didn't go out of bounds beyond the 35. So they're going to give them a 5-yard penalty
okay.
from where the ball went out
Gotcha.
of bounds.
Yeah, I think that's what you said earlier when we talked about the ball going out of bounds near the goal line. You got to 35, and I almost asked one onside kicks. You know, what happens when it comes out? Can you take it from that spot? Well, you can. You add 5 more yards for kicking it out of bounds. So almost to midfield is where Hudson will take over, and he'll fumble the football. Smurgy double deuce. Looks like he recovered it. The official indication is yes, Ohio Northern football. If so, it's a second turnover. And there is the official directional signal towards Ohio Northern's favor. So good play by the defense. Good fumble recovery by Zach Smurgy, the 6'1 senior out of Wapakoneta, Ohio.
Comes up with a great play there on a fumble recovery in his last home game here at Ohio Northern.
Not sure who made the strip. I didn't quite see it, but Smurgy, right spot, right time with the catch, or with the recovery. So, boy, you talked about the 11-point lead. This could be huge. Milk takes some. Now you might like to have one of those drives, Rod, that takes some time off, and you come away with 11 points. We're understanding Kyle Rowe, 32. Did you not mention his name earlier, having a game, caused the fumble? And again, Rex getting into action here with another catch and positive yards.
That's just like a run. There you get the ball to him quickly out there, and he's always going to get some yards after the catch, as we talked about before. So it's almost like running the ball. It's a high percentage pass.
And you like those high percent passes when it's late in the game or getting down there. Keep the clock moving. So we'll see once Ohio Northern can keep that momentum here. So a lot of time they will let the clock wind down. It's under right about 5 when they take the snap. McFadden throws to Rex, tiptoes it down. He's gone. This is going to be a 46 plus 4. I'm sorry, 50 plus 4, a 54-yard touchdown strike on a nice play. Again, it looked like McFadden was going to run the ball. That kind of, I think, freezes the defense, and Rex there to make the catch. Another touchdown reception for Chad Rex. I believe it's his 15th.
Yeah, initially it looked like maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain, and all of a sudden he burst through there, and nothing but green ahead of him.
14 catch touchdown reception for Rex this season. So big play. Maybe the only bad thing, Ron, and I hate to say it this way, is it didn't take much time off the clock, but you take the points, you can get them. You've doubled up BW right now by 17. A PAT here would make it 18.
Yeah, it's a 3-possession game now for Baldwin Wallace. They have to have the ball at least 3 times.
And you got to like your chances here, but still 9:15 to go.
And the good thing for the Polar Bears, you got Chad Williams.
Not Chad.
Christian Williams. Where did I get Chad from? Chad Rex. Yeah, there is a Chad Williams.
There you take another look at it. And
I think he's the basketball coach now.
No. But good run there. And we'll keep it right here. I want to just give me a chance here to go through our sponsors. They include Stolly Insurance, ONU, HCF Management, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Custom Audio Concepts, Radio Hospital, Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Center, Viva Maria Italian Restaurant. Our scoreboard sponsor this afternoon is First National Bank. Think First. And again, a fine thank you to all those sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And this is OAC football, Ohio Northern versus Baldwin Wallace. And right now the Polar Bears up by 18, 35-17. And that kick goes out of bounds, so we're getting a documentary right now, Ron, on how to assess kicks out of bounds. This should go to the 35, right?
I would think so.
So we'll get the official word here, and they will spot the ball at the 35. So they call that an illegal procedure.
And that's what, 3 or 4 of them in a row?
Yeah, the one down by the goal line, the onside kick, and this one. It's been 3 pretty much bang, bang, bang kickoffs that we've seen go out of bounds. And 35-yard line is where Baldwin Wallace will take over. They need to score quickly to get back into this ball game. Time becoming a factor for their squad. The throwback screen deflected. I think it was deflected. If not, it was underthrown. If it was deflected, probably came from number 58, Ben McGinnis, if I have that number correct.
He came in with their hands up, and if he didn't deflect it, he caused it to be off target.
Guinness or Rockwell, number 82. 92, Justin Hunley maybe in there as well. Got some defensive pressure on that. Looked like screen we saw earlier. They went for a positive yards round where they faked that one, came back. Hudson gets some yards up the middle. Clock, though, will continue to move. We'll see how fast they begin to go at this. Again, they need some scores with the 18-point deficit. That is 3 scores, as you mentioned. Any way you look at it, they need at least 3.
Have to pick up the pace.
3rd down, 5 from the 40. Pass is caught. 1st down. The clock will stop momentarily as they move the chains on the first down reception by Dion Greer. Northern a win today, I think, would break a 2-game losing streak against BW, and BW has won 5 of the last 6. So Northern trying to break that string. Open receiver inbounds, and in the middle of the field is Rob Wolfington.
He's tackled by Kyler Caldwell.
So the Yellow Jackets inside Polar Bear territory, down around the 39-yard line. Another first down. Pressure, he needs to get rid of it, steps through, he's got to run it now. He does so, gets a first down plus some more, and boy, quickly they're down to about the 17, 18-yard line as Jake Hudson, elusive in the backfield. Ohio Northern cannot get him down, and he results in a big play.
Right before, we were looking at number 19, Jordan Leverett, was kind of the instigator and handled the ball 3 or 4 times in a row to set up their touchdown in the third quarter. And now it's the quarterback, Jake Hudson, taking over.
Maybe a little bit quicker than what the Ohio Northern fans wish for. I mean, they're down here in red zone quickly, and there's still 7:45 to go, and you'd like for them to take a little bit more time off the clock if they're going to score. Is elusive again and tackled inside the 5 is number 18, Will Vance. So it will stop the clock, Will, at 7:35 to relocate the chains and become a first down and goal from the 3-yard line. So
I think that's the first time we've seen him at the quarterback position.
Yeah, Lowry went out in motion.
And he's still out there.
Vance ran the ball, and he still remains at the quarterback position. Back to live action. Vance will take it up the middle. He's hit by a Polar Bear defender, but he goes in for the 3-yard touchdown. So it didn't take long, and Baldwin Wallace puts their 23rd point on the board. And an important kick here. They'll try to get back to within. Well, that was Lowry, number 16.
Yeah, they changed to Lowry that down.
That's my fault. I thought you said Vance was still in the game,
I
Ron.
thought he was.
I took your word for it. And
it
here
looked
I
like
sit.
an 18. It was a 16.
Okay. Well, this will be the 24th point if Jim Marshall can knock it through. A timeout. Well, this is a tough one here. They may want to go for 2. Let's do the quick math. That'd make it 10. So the Yellow Jackets will take a timeout. We will take one as well. You're watching OAC College Football on NKTelco Sports.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
Okay, an important decision here. A PAT kick would make it an 11-point lead. Then you'd need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. If you get 2, then it's a touchdown and a field goal. I would, you almost think, if you don't get it here, now you're down by 12 and you need 2 touchdowns. So why not go for the sure? What do I know? They're going to go for 2. I would go for 1 and keep it 11 at least.
Well, then if they do make it, they're going to have an option to go for a 3 for a field goal to tie
I get it, but if you miss this one, the field goal is out of the option. You got to score
Right.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And if they score 2 touchdowns, they'd win anyway.
All righty. See once if Ohio Northern can. Oh, nice play. Is that the Statue of Liberty?
Pretty close.
You throw it high
Yeah.
and hand off low. Scoring on the 2-point conversion, Austin Smith. And he gets up. He was hit pretty hard as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Evidently, is what you'll tell me now, Ron, is that was a good timeout by Baldwin Wallace. They lose a timeout. I think that might be their second of the half. I'm not for sure, but that does make it a 10-point game. So 2-possession game, but a touchdown and now a field goal with a point after touchdown.
And again, after a timeout, they come out
with something unique.
Yeah,
or
we haven't seen it.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't seen that play. Neither.
Yep, you mentioned that
Ohio
earlier.
Northern, and it was successful. So they're 2 out of 3 at least on those type of situations.
Well said. So it becomes a 10-point game, 35-25, 7:18 left to go in the fourth quarter, and a whole lot of possibilities now.
So now it's very important for Ohio Northern to take the ball on a drive, take some time off the clock, and if they get some points, that'd be great. But at least get it down to where Baldwin Wallace, they're on a 2-possession game right now.
When you look at Ohio Northern, last week they won by 4. The week before they lose by 7. The week before that they won by 1.
An onside kick.
Is it recovered? No, they threw the flag, so that means it went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he was standing out of bounds when it looked like it from here, but we're on the other side of the field.
Yeah, right idea.
Yeah.
Maybe, again, don't know whenever the right time or wrong time is, but plenty of time you would think to. But now they're going to give Ohio Northern pretty good field position.
Yeah, this is that situation again, another kick that goes out of bounds.
That's at least a 4th one.
So we know that they're going to give them 5 yards from that.
Yep.
Point.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as you said. So 41-yard line basically was Ohio Northern will start off with. And before the kick, I mentioned previous games for Ohio Northern. They won last week by 4, 49-45. Lost the week before to Marietta, 28-35. Beat Muskingum 7-6. At John Carroll, lost in 2 overtimes, 27-20. So their last 4 games have been nail biters, and this one, not out of the woods, or not, still some time left. It could get very, very interesting as far as a 1-possession score. Well, Williams goes down. Good thing he went down before number 20 came in to finish him off. That was a strong approach by Howard Dover, who nearly was able to really put a big hit on Williams.
Yeah, the Marietta game, that came right down to the final play of the game. NKTelco Sports was here for that one.
Two minutes. Second down and 8 with 6:40 on the clock. Clap of the hands sends Williams to the left. Ball is kept by McFadden. He scrambles around, nearly had it stripped out of his arms. He falls forward for a gain of about 5. And an important down here now, Ron, 3rd and 3. Boy, you'd like to see a first down to not put yourself in that 4th and long or 4th and down decision.
But they're in a area here where it's 4-down territory, I think.
Probably, yeah.
And again, they have a chance to run the ball 2 times
with Williams
if they want to, and try to pick up 3 yards.
Right now, this is on the 34-yard line. It's about a 51-yard kick, and you're right. Even if they don't get it, you're looking at a long 40-yard field goal, and you better options probably to run it forward if you don't get the first down here. Williams has it. He is in nearly.
Wow. If he'd kept his balance, he was off to the races.
On the flip side, he gets a first down, and that will give them a new set of downs. The clock continues to wind as we approach 5:35. So more importantly, unless BW starts taking the timeout. I know they've burned 1 timeout. I think maybe they've taken 2 timeouts this half. They're not going to have a lot of chances to stop the clock. And I mentioned before, do you want to score now, or do you want to control the ball and force them to take a timeout and then burn the clock while you have it in your hands? We saw BW march down the field pretty aggressively and efficiently their last series.
That was an important set of downs that they just had, because if they were stopped, then Baldwin Wallace gets the ball. I was a little concerned when they got good field position, because you can't string together a long, time-consuming drive from 40 yards.
But you can put together first downs.
Right.
Like I said, Williams nearly went to the house. That would have given them a 17-point lead, but this way you still got the ball. You're up 2 scores.
And they've taken 2.5 minutes off the clock.
Play clock down to 5. They snap it at that moment. Number 5 gets it. Williams gets the first down. Again, he only needed about a yard. He gets a yard and a half and a new set of downs.
So I'd be surprised if we wouldn't see Williams or
Just
maybe a
keep it.
quarterback keeper around the edge or something.
About time you
just
think.
to mix things up, but I don't think you're going to see the ball in the air. But I've been surprised before.
Well, there are the high percentage passes that you like, but still a mix. A drop ball would stop the clock, and we're under 4 minutes to go. They will hand off to Williams. He will, again, just move forward. Pickup of a couple. They will unpile the play clock already running.
So they've held it just about 3.5 minutes now.
And we have about 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ohio Northern right now in no hurry. And mentioned, the last update we had is that Mount Union was beating John Carroll 24-14. So if Ohio Northern was to win today and hold on, John Carroll would suffer the loss. I believe that would put Ohio Northern with a second place OAC finish this season.
Tied with John Carroll, correct?
Yes, and there goes Williams. He's down to the 1. That's a first down, and I think we're going to see another snap here to number 5. He could, if he scores, make it a 4-touchdown afternoon for number 5.
Yeah, right now he's up 167 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Again, I kind of like that he's down. You know, you could almost, you know, not really, yeah, there's too much time left to really kill it, but I'd say get your score at any point now. You've taken a lot of time off the clock with the short field, like you mentioned, the way it was, and Williams makes it a 4-touchdown afternoon for him.
And more importantly, a 16-point lead.
Yes, and probably a 17-point lead, which would
a big extra point here for Chase Watson.
That would make it back to a 3-score game with the point after, if we can stretch it from 16 to 17 with just 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. As the sun begins to set a little bit here on the end of the football season for the Polar Bears, and they're looking to try to finish 7-3. The snap is down, the kick is up. The kick is good.
And he stays perfect for the season.
Excellent job by the Polar Bears, taking advantage of the short field. They consume some clock. They increase their lead, and with 2:31 left to go, we'll take a break and come back with football action here on NKTelco Sports.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Just 2.5 minutes left. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go. And the Polar Bears are in good shape right now to close the campaign with a 7-3 record. And they would go to 6-3 in the OAC, and that would be good for second place, we think. The kick is off, and it's going to be fielded down near the 10-yard line. And that's Leverett, who had a nice punt return, looking for a big return now, and he's tackled about the 26-yard line. So good job by the Polar Bears keeping that big run under containment.
That was number 33 that had that nice tackle. That's David Haslew, 5'8", 175-pound sophomore from Pennsylvania.
That would have been one thing you would not have wanted from the Polar Bears. Oh, sorry, I missed the town and such, Ron, and I know how that affects us, but there you didn't want Leverett to go off with a big return and, you know, kind of wipe out that Northern touchdown, and then, you know, things can begin to happen with onside kicks and such now. Force the Yellow Jackets to take a lot of time to go the length of the field.
Yeah, you want to tackle them in bounds as often as you can.
Lowry was, as quarterback, he switches over to 18 Vance, and I believe his pass is caught, but it's going to be a moderate to mild gain. The clock continues to move.
Now they changed to Lowry.
Yeah, he was there, and he switched over, and now they're back to 16. lot of time, if you will, winding away here as we have 2 minutes exactly. That's under 2 and counting now. Looking down the field and overthrown just out of the reach of number 82, Dion Greer. So 3rd down and 8. Minute 50 left.
So if you're with Polar Bears, you don't want anything over your head. Just keep the ball in front of you. And they have to feel pretty good about that. They're substituted the defensive line, get some players in there in the last minute and 50 seconds. One of those is 89.
Chase Rose, freshman out of USV, the Rams, Roundhead, Alger, McGuffey.
Yes.
I always said they could have been the Rams or the Arms or Mars. So I guess they
made the right choice.
I think they made the right choice for those 3 towns' initials. Pass is caught inbounds, a fall forward to the 40. That cast by Steinwax. And I'm trying to think who threw it. Was it?
Pressure was put on there by number 45, Mark Niles, 5'10", 215-pound sophomore from Miramar, Florida.
Another pass there from number 14. I thought that's probably their 4th different quarterback today. That's John Crumlick.
Yeah.
So they've used probably 4 different quarterbacks. You got Hudson,
So they
Lowry, Vance.
Draw names, or
I'm not real sure. Maybe each one has a special skill set that they want to use, or just giving each guy a chance.
There you go.
Polar Bear down on the field right about the 45-yard line.
Oh, you don't want to see that in the last minute of the last game.
I believe
and
it
that's
is
number 32, I
Kyle
think.
Rowe.
He's had one heck of a game.
We'll take a short break, come back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
Good to see number 32, Rowe, walking off at his own power. Hopefully it's nothing severe, and maybe he can get back on the field here. His last.
He's a 6'3"
junior. Yep.
So.
So if he doesn't, he has next year to play, right?
Yes, sir.
Minute 9. This is quarterback number 14, Cromluck. He is tackled, sacked by a bunch of
99, Mitchell Suzala.
There
you go. 6'2", 215-pound freshman from Howell, Michigan.
Timeout taken by BW. We'll take another look at the pressure again, and nice job by Suzala, as you mentioned, Ron, and basically pushing over, walking over the lineman and getting the sack. 59 seconds exactly left as BW really out of the chance, if you will, here, minimal, and the Polar Bears appear to be on their way to a 7-3 season. So good finish. Boy, they lost some tough games this season. That some nail biters. You were here, Ron, for the one that you just mentioned. I believe it was against. Was it John Carroll? You said that they lost in the last, or Marietta.
Marietta.
Yeah, that was a home loss. Other losses included Heidelberg. They lost here at the stadium 21-40. They lost to Mount Union like everybody else has, 14-43, and lost to Marietta 28-35. Ball is picked off. Making the interception, number 2, Kyler Caldwell, the senior, enjoying his final defensive play.
What a play that was.
Maybe he'll try to sneak that one to his gym bag and take that one back home.
He's not letting go of it.
Take another look. I think the ball kind of got hung up on the shoulder pads, the helmet area.
Yeah, he pulled that loose and it popped up in the air.
And he said, "Thank you very much."
Quite a play.
So that'll pretty much put a nail in the coffin here, as that will finish the game off with just 51 seconds to go.
Be in the favorite formation. That would be the victory formation for the Polar Bears.
So a good afternoon for the orange and black today. They withstood a couple threats by the Yellow Jackets, answered some drives when they needed them most. And they will win their 7th game of the season. And they will finish 7-3 on the season. Coach Dean Paul, his squad, good performance today. Dean Paul, this was his 14th season here at Ohio Northern University, and this cool but clear day will end with the orange and black on top, 42-25. If we want to go through our stats, Ron, we can pretty much go through that and then wrap it up here as we watch live footage of the players meeting and greeting at the midfield stripe.
Okay, for Baldwin Wallace, 21 first downs compared to ONU's 18. Rushing yards, Baldwin Wallace 224 compared to Ohio Northern 310. Passing yards, 293 for Baldwin Wallace, 115 for ONU. Total offense, 517 yards for Baldwin Wallace, 425 for the Polar Bears. Penalties, 3 of them for Baldwin Wallace for 35 yards, 7 for Ohio Northern for 45 yards. 3 turnovers for Baldwin Wallace, no turnovers for Ohio Northern.
Yeah, the key word there, they mistake-free football, Ron. No turnovers, and Baldwin Wallace had a couple. The last one maybe not that big of a factor in the game, but they did throw an interception in the end zone and had a fumble late that Smirgy recovered that would have, that stymied their drive.
McFadden ended the game 9 of 17 for 115 yards, 1 touchdown. Rushing, Kristen Williams led the Polar Bears with 30 rushes for 179 yards and 4 touchdowns. McFadden added 13 attempts for 110 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Chad Rex was the leading receiver for the Polar Bears with 6 receptions for 94 yards and 1 touchdown.
Well, you see a moment there, fun times on the campus here at Ohio Northern University. For the seniors, they will end their career with a victory. They're down celebrating now, the team is, with the pep band. And a good feeling, 7-3 seems a whole lot better than 6-4. And they'll have the rest of the offseason, if you will, to prepare and to absorb this and kind of look back. But overall, a very good season for Coach Dean Paul. We enjoyed covering the games that we had with them. And it's turned out to be a great afternoon here from Ohio Northern. I'd like to thank our crew today. They included our production staff, Isaac Sell and Scott Robinson, our camera crew, Kurt Kuffner down on the field, as well as Tyler Wolf on the other end of the field. Our main center camera up top above us, Ian Bullheimer. For my partner today, Ron Cruzy, I am Jeff Henshin. Once again, the Polar Bears victorious over the Yellow Jackets, 42-25. Thanks for watching here on NKTelco Sports.